Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Really?
Good morning, Americans.
No, it's going to happen.
Sorry.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Just didn't plug that in yesterday after taking it down the hall to the other show. Man, it just sucks. All right, welcome.
Tough to find good help.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Especially when that help was me. Changing landscape of college sports continues. You see what the Big 12 is considering? Oh, my gosh.
Very interesting.
Oh, my gosh. They're considering a huge investment from, what is it called? It's
well, they were looking.
Don't
at,
help me.
They were looking at.
You don't want us to say what it is?
No, I know what you guys are thinking of, but there's a couple of different things they're doing.
Yeah,
one is private equity.
Yes. But that was at the bottom of the list.
$1 billion worth of private equity, which they, I guess, would split up among the member schools.
Correct.
The other thing is conference naming rights.
Yeah, the naming rights. Taking away the Big 12.
They would take away the Big and leave the 12. So it would be like the Kotex 12 conference.
Or the Pat Gray 12 conference.
Yes. If I could pay the hundreds of millions of dollars, it could be that. But they said it would be hundreds of millions. In order to do that.
And this is the way they even the payouts for the players.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're doing it, obviously.
One of the actual examples they gave, because I guess they've talked to them already, the All-State 12. Are you kidding me?
No, you can't do that.
I mean, I hate that. That is just whoring out the conference.
Yes, it is. You could have, the All-State Big 12.
Yeah.
The Big 12.
But they're going to drop big.
Conference. I understand.
It's weird.
That's really kind of I think they're...
Even the All-State Big 12 would suck. Come on. Don't do that like you do to the bowl games. I can barely tolerate it with the bowl games. Now you're going to do the conference?
So then you'd have the conference
Always.
In the bowl games.
Yeah. Right.
You have the All-State Big 12 at the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
Don't you think that if you're you're writing this check, you are All-State, you kind of want to keep that big brand. In other words,
I would think so.
You wouldn't want just All-State 12. You'd be like, it's the All-State Big 12 because
yeah.
I think that you're probably going to keep that.
I think so too.
It's
I
weird.
think you're right because that's like a death knell to the conference taking the name away.
Right, because then you lose the brand that you're buying.
Yeah, that's right.
Why keep the 12 when you've got 16 schools?
Well, that's their
doesn't
brand.
even make any sense.
Okay.
Well, that's their brand.
I know it's the brand, but so is Big. The Big 12 is the brand.
Huh. All right, so let's doodle this out. It's the All-State Big Conference. You could just keep it generic, and then you could
add as many schools as you want. Yeah.
I mean, it's silly because that is the brand, the Big 12. I mean, you have the SEC, right, and the Big 10.
Yeah,
and those
which is what, 12 or 14?
Well, whatever. I mean, that's their brand name.
Pat,
you need to let that go.
I can't.
Okay.
There's no need to be rude, Pat.
It's stupid.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stupid.
It is stupid, but it's going to happen.
It is going to happen.
And that sucks, but at the same time, it also enables us to continue to enjoy our college sports, right?
Yes, it does.
I guess so.
By funding it.
I guess so. But wow. The $200 million, that's what I'm guessing would be probably a $200 million deal over 10 years, right? So it'd be $20 million a year. You divide that by 16 schools, it's a little over $1 million a year per school.
Which doesn't pay for anything.
That doesn't pay for anything. That doesn't do diddly squat.
Pays for the socks.
If it's a $500 million deal, maybe that would be impactful.
Over 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Not 10.
Right. $50 million, $100 million a year.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about it. And maybe that's what they'd insist on. I don't know. Because, that's worth a lot to a...
Correct.
Always talking. I mean, if you change
That's your name.
the name,
The naming rights. That's your name. Yeah.
people can easily drop the name of like the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
You don't have to call it the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, and we rarely do. It would be the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
Right. But when your name is the All-State 12,
Hold on a second.
pretty tough to drop it.
It's the Dr. Pepper All-State Big 12 Conference Championship game. Oh my gosh, that's going to get worse.
Sucks.
It's not going to be
sucks.
Big 12.
No, it's just the
You don't know
Dr.
what it's
Pepper
gonna be,
12.
actually.
We don't. But, I mean, and this guy, this commissioner, I really like him, Brett Yormark. He's really a smart guy doing a lot of innovative things. But he's definitely from the business world.
Yes.
And so he's all about bringing in cash.
Well, listen, college,
And that's his job.
College football has been, for the most part, undervalued as it is. So they're trying to, enlighten us on what that value should be.
Also, right now, the Big 12 and the ACC are trying to keep up with the SEC and the Big 10, and they can't. They just can't. With the television deals that the Big 10
And the playoff deal.
and the SEC got, and the playoff deal, which enriches them far more than
Yes, it
any of the
does.
other power conferences. So what are they going to do? They're looking for innovative ways to keep up because they're not going to be able to.
I guarantee.
If you don't do something like this, you're just going to be left behind.
I guarantee you're never going to see the SEC go away.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure.
No.
It might break off to a conference all its own.
Well, no, but I'm just saying if
But
there's naming
they'll
rights,
be there.
it's not going to be.
No,
we're not going
they
to
don't
make the
need to.
SEC disappear.
Yeah, they don't need to. Man, sucks. Hate the SEC and the Big Ten.
Bunch of stupids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Speaking of stupids, we got to get to our cadaver in chief because
He's out
my
making us
gosh.
proud in Italy.
Yes, isn't he though?
Out making us
Isn't
proud
he,
in
though?
Italy.
So he shuffled into the G7 meeting.
All right.
Round the table there.
There he is back there. You see him?
Mr. President.
Okay.
Appreciate you shuffling in.
Come on in.
Boy, he felt that sitting down.
Yeah.
Look at, I mean, they don't
So
even.
pathetic.
I know they're looking at some presentation here, but
So
I mean, they
Ukraine
don't
is
even.
part of the G7 now. Huh. That's weird. I didn't know that.
Who is?
Ukraine.
Yeah, I know.
Zelensky-
I know.
Zelensky's
When did
there.
that happen?
Yeah, I know.
They're not part of the
No,
G7.
they are not.
They are not a G7 country. What's he doing there?
They could be over there at the kids' table, maybe,
What's-
but you're
I-
not sitting up here.
I had that same thought too. I'm glad you
So-
brought that up because what are you doing there? Get out!
We're gonna find out what he's
Thank you.
and he's
I
taking
know.
US
He's-
dollars.
He's
I
begging
know.
cash
Well,
and
he's getting
weaponry, and he's getting it.
So I think this whole, and we're going to see this next clip here in just a moment. What you missed there, because it was zoomed so tightly on Giorgia Meloni there, is Biden's got this hang up with the saluting. Okay?
Yeah, he does.
When he's supposed to shake hands, he salutes. When he's supposed to salute, he tries to shake hands. And he comes
Or
in
ignores
there,
it completely.
or ignores it completely. Exactly. When it's our service
It's
members.
almost as if he doesn't realize what he's supposed to do at all.
It's
almost
almost
like
like
that.
that. Almost.
But you know it can't
Can't
be
be.
that. He's the president of the United States.
Thank you.
So because
It
that
can't be that.
camera shot was so tight, let's
So
see
great.
what he was doing behind Giorgio Meloni, shall we?
Sure.
Saluting Zelensky. Are you
Good dumbass.
kidding me?
Seriously.
Look at
He just thinks
and he's
he's
got
so
that little
cute.
and he had the little
does.
sped up walk there, the little vigor walk.
Yeah,
Watch
he did.
this. Watch this.
Oh.
Gosh, I can't stand this man. There's nothing about
Did we
him
dump that?
that's
Are you ta-
that's neutral with me. I mean, there's nothing.
I
not
know.
even neutral with this guy.
I know.
Oh.
It's all
He
just so
was-
reprehensible.
This whole trip has been, I mean, just like every day, really, but this whole trip has been
Agonizing.
explicitly agonizing in my brain.
Yeah.
Everything he does.
There's got to be a better word because it's overused now. on
It
this
sure
show.
is.
So,
I know.
but I mean, I don't know what that word is. There's not a word in the English language capable of summing up my feelings for this guy. There's just not one.
Well, one word we use a lot, and you won't allow me to say it. So
What?
His head on chewing the fat.
yeah,
if you want.
I
Go
may.
ahead.
I may.
Go ahead. Here's Zelensky and Biden together.
Look at this, man. He wants.
Are they making out?
That's later. They will make out later.
Okay, good.
He has to come over there.
Yeah. Come clear. Well, yeah,
Hey,
of course.
baby.
That's a sugar daddy. He's
Yeah,
got it.
exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly
I don't want
right.
people back in America thinking I'm not grateful
Right.
for all the cash, because.
That's the sugar daddy right there. He's got to greet him.
But yeah, just to your
Old man
there.
Time is my sugar daddy, so I'm going to come over here and specifically welcome him to the meeting. A meeting I shouldn't even be in.
Right.
What are you even doing there? Why are you inviting Volodymyr Zelensky to the G7?
They're all about Ukraine at this meeting.
No, yeah.
I mean, that's why he's there, obviously.
Yep.
And I mean, should there be a kids' table for him? I think so.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
love that. I personally love
He
that
should be
to have him
standing.
sitting
He
off to
shouldn't
the
even
side.
have a table. No chairs for you, Vlad.
Man.
Well, that's just mean.
I mean, maybe they zoom him in on a computer screen.
I like that.
Okay, since we're talking about you so much, Volod,
I like that.
we thought we'd bring you in on Zoom. How you doing, buddy? Listen, we're all
It's a
tapped
shame
out.
you couldn't be here.
Yeah, we just wanted to let you know we're all tapped out. All of our people are pissed off that we've spent as much as we've spent. Good luck. Drive safely.
And that's why these dingleberries are getting together to take care of this right now, because all the people are pissed about it.
Yes.
And they don't care.
They are. They don't care. Each of these leaders completely ignoring what their citizens
do not
wants.
care.
Yeah. Yep.
There's got to be a
Agonizing?
word. There's got to be a
Gotta
word.
be a word. Gotta be a word.
Then he saluted, what's-her-face, Giorgio Meloni, the Italian prime minister.
Look at this.
Salutes just don't stop. I know, that's the noise
Watch
you
this.
feel
Watch
every
this.
time. Okay.
What are we doing?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Oh my gosh!
And then tottering off like he does, it's just so
Is he supposed to
embarrassing.
sign this book? She tried. Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay.
Tried to hand him
I
a
think that's
pen.
what it was, yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Cool. He's good.
And guess what? He got confused. This is going to surprise people.
Is this
He was
the
a little
one-
confused at the G7.
No.
Yeah.
This isn't.
Wait a minute. Take over. What am I doing? Where are we going? Do I sign? What do I?
Look at that.
Do I sign
I love
in?
how everybody else is just like
They're
leave him
all
behind.
Try to tell him what to do, where to go. Yeah, this is where you do what we just talked about. Yeah, this is when you come back over here. Yeah, this is where you go that way. Every single time somebody else is directing this buffoon.
I think Macron was kind of relieved. He's like, "Look, Georgia, I had to babysit him last week
Now
in
it's on
Normandy.
you."
Now it's your
Yeah.
turn. Have fun."
Yeah.
And she does, as we will see soon.
And she
She
does.
babysits him all right.
Each
They all do.
host person has had to baby him
Tag.
all along the way and babysit.
You're it.
Oh, so Jill's not going to be with you this time. Okay.
All right, we'll lead you around by the nose. Put a leash on him and just
Oh,
hold on to that and drag him around.
that's a plan. That
Just got a leash
would
around his neck.
be hilarious.
And Maloney has the handle.
You know what?
The
No,
leash is
Zelensky.
kind of mean, but maybe one of those little kid belts.
It would be
like
appropriate
parents
if
have on their
Zelensky
kids.
did that.
Right. Right.
I think
I
it
like
would
the leash better, but
Yeah, I know.
I could
know.
accept the.
The leash is embarrassing though. He's the president. Give him at least the kid belt.
All right.
So that you just walk along and the kid gets
Yeah.
dragged behind you.
It would make their job a lot easier.
No doubt about it.
It would be appropriate if
It would.
if it were Zelensky, though.
Really would.
Because, I mean, he's the one running the show for
That's
us.
for sure.
Boy, it seems like it.
So then he was talking about the ocean train. I guess it's back on again.
Awesome.
This comes up every once in a while.
Yeah, he's
Listen
not
to
letting this go.
We're developing the first railway line to extend from Angola to the DRC, Zambia, to the Indian Ocean. I think this is a game changer.
Yeah, he loves.
We're at a continent that's going to have
He
over
loves trains.
2
Yeah, he does.
billions of people
And so do I.
very
I'm a train
shortly.
lover, too.
And it really is a game changer.
Really is a game
It's a
changer.
game changer. Game changer.
A train over the ocean is a game changer. I mean, that's going to be something else. And doesn't it wind up here? I mean, don't they?
That original
the
plan
original
was,
plan-
was across
Yeah.
Africa and the oceans and back to here. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now-
it's like a
Now, this may come as a surprise.
transatlantic train or
I'm
something.
not sure he understood the entire plan when he said it.
I don't know if he does or not. It's bizarre. Now, are you stopping at the Indian Ocean or are you going across the Indian
That's
Ocean?
what I mean.
Because
I think he
before it was going across.
correct. And then originally, the way it was laid out, it was the Pacific.
Right.
It was
yeah.
the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, the way he outlined it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a long train track.
You are lying.
That would cost a few dollars.
It would.
To build a
Well, it's a game
Pacific
changer.
Ocean train track. That would be a game changer. It really
That would be a game. Would it, though?
I'm going to take a train to Australia or to India or to Africa. Yeah, that's a game changer. Because that would bankrupt us trying to do it.
If only there was a way you
Jeez.
could, I don't know, like fly to these places.
If there's
Yeah, I'm saying if that would be
Okay.
better than
Okay.
taking a train.
But that's just silly. You're just talking. That's just silly talk. Keith.
Now that would be a game
There's
changer.
no way you could
if we
fly
had
to
air
a
travel.
place across the ocean.
You're either going to take a little boat or you're going to take the train.
Right. Right. And right now
tired.
there's no train travel across the
Correct.
ocean. So maybe it's going to
darn
be
it.
a channel like they
Gosh
did
darn it.
between Britain and France.
Oh,
That would be cool.
that actually would be cool.
That
but it
would be cool.
Maybe, I don't know,
Cost a few
impossible.
dollars. Very, very deep.
You talked about it's tag you're it, Georgia Maloney.
Uh-huh.
Nothing illustrates that more than this clip here.
Oh, when he wanders off.
Yeah, we got the
I like this.
parachutist coming down.
Oh, yeah.
And look at that. He's right there
Yay.
now. Look at everybody's looking at this guy. Everybody's looking at this guy. Not our guy, not our president. Hey, what's over here?
I'm going over there.
Bro.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn!
Look at her. Look
That's
at her.
what he's yelling right
She has
now.
to drag him back in.
Hey, dummy, we're talking to these people over here.
Oh my.
Incredible. That's incredible. It's embarrassing.
Nice glasses.
Oh, jeez.
Dork Brandon.
The only one, too. It has to put on the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. The only one. Well, he's...
The only one wandering off. The only one with the sunglasses.
57-second clip, and his mouth is open the entire time.
My gosh.
You disturbing piece of crap.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm just looking over here.
Why? Why? Where are you going?
Well, there was something else happening over there. You got
What? Tell me
distracted.
what was happening over there.
I'm not there. I don't know.
Exactly. Because nothing was happening over there.
Well, there was another parachute guy.
Another
Yeah.
parachute guy. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also got distracted by a plane that flew overhead while he was.
They include key parts of Russia's financial sector.
This is so funny.
I'll wait till it goes over.
Okay.
Or is it a helicopter? Maybe?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
helicopter.
As well as individual and entities that supply Russia with items critical to its defense production.
Now he's gone.
like microelectronics.
Like micro.
Macroecola.
I can't. I just can't with him.
Yeah.
I can't.
The helicopter really messed him up.
Like micro. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
I can't take it. It's. I'm sorry. Now I'm distracted by him.
Yeah.
I just can't.
We got a few more of these.
Yeah, he malfunctioned. He malfunctioned again. The brain went haywire. Here he is.
It includes major commitments from Ukraine to impact and to implement democratic,
What?
economic, and security reforms.
To impact. Excuse me.
I liked him better when he was wandering around in that field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he speaks, it's even worse than when he wanders. So bad.
Yeah. Okay. So you talked about Zelensky being there. I mean, the real reason Zelensky was there was this 10-year agreement
Yeah.
that this president signed. I don't know how this is even allowed to stand. I mean, this sounds like a treaty.
Okay. Well, yeah, because
The
that's
Congress hasn't been a part of this. What a nightmare.
No, and that's what all these leaders are signing this pact that is, allowing Ukraine to be the almighty Ukraine and possible entrance into the EU
This is
and NATO.
effectively what happened.
And the people, we talked about it earlier, the people are pissed, along with people here in the U.S.
Yep.
They don't care.
They don't care. And this is, and Zelensky rightfully called this a bridge to NATO. Hell, this is practically de facto NATO for the next 10 years.
He's sitting at the table.
He's sitting at the table.
And again, we promised Russia years ago, we're not going after Ukraine. We don't want Ukraine in NATO. They will never be a part of NATO. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Okay. Whether you like Russia or not, and I don't, whether you agree with that or not, that's what we said to them. So, yeah, they're pissed now.
Yeah, just a tad.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see them do something about it.
Yeah, we are committing our service members for the next decade with what is about to be signed here, was signed yesterday. We're committing to whatever conflict Ukraine is involved in.
And think about this, too. Look at how we've responded to Russia and their ships and submarines being next to us in Cuba. Okay? We don't like it.
No, not at all.
We don't want it. We don't like it. What are you doing here? Stop with this military exercise BS. We're going to follow you around every second you're in this hemisphere.
You need to scram.
Okay, they are right next door to Russia.
Same thing.
So, of course, they're pissed about it, just as we are when they invade our space.
It's a good example.
Yep.
Come on. I mean, just use your noodle a little bit.
And if you're tired,
it's not pro-Putin and it's not pro-Russia.
Right.
It is pro-common sense and staying out of a war with the other superpower on this planet. Just asinine.
If you don't like forever wars, then you shouldn't like a damn thing Joe Biden has done in relation to Russia in the last few years.
Because that's what he's doing now.
Yes.
He's working on a forever war with Russia. It's great. And their ally will be China. So is that what we want? We want a massive war with Russia and China? I don't think so, but
I would like to
maybe
vote.
I'm wrong.
I would like to vote no on that.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
Me too. Let's just say no to that in advance.
Yes.
And be
How
done
about
with it.
No. That's my new bill. How about no?
Right. But in addition to all this, Biden calls on one of the American reporters there.
American reporter,
He's just
Josh Weingrove Bloomberg.
You're not supposed to read that part, dumbass.
Thank you, Mr. President.
American reporter.
Josh
Bloomberg.
And so in the back, his handlers are like, all right, who wrote American reporter on the card?
And Bloomberg. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, we just
It is incredible.
Just call the guy's name.
Yeah, Josh Smith. Okay. No. And if you want to say from Bloomberg, whatever.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
But
And so that guy that he called on asked a question that wasn't a part of the plan.
Yeah, he was
because
pissed.
he was supposed to only ask about Ukraine stuff, and this guy is asking about Israel, and that pisses Biden off.
It's nice too because he sets it up with, I'll get to the Ukraine stuff, but
okay.
About what more, if anything, the U.S. can do to drive towards a peace agreement. Thank you.
I wish you guys would play by the rules a little bit. I'm here to talk about a critical situation in Ukraine. You asked me another subject. I'll be happy to answer it in detail later.
Will you?
The bottom line is that we've made an agreement. I've laid out an approach. That
I don't have that script in front of me, so I can't wing it, guys.
By the Israelis.
Oh, gosh.
And the biggest hang-up so far is Hamas refusing to sign on, even though they have submitted something similar. Whether it now that comes to fruition remains to be seen. We're going to continue to push. I don't have a final answer for you.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one.
But he was pissed that it was asked.
Yeah.
Yep.
And obviously they said, look, you will answer these questions.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's what I said.
And then he answered it anyway, is the problem.
He did, right. And Josh from Bloomberg actually, I didn't show it, but he sets it up with, I want to talk about the Ukraine thing and Vlad stuff here. But first.
Play by the rules.
So he also angry promises.
Or made promises, yeah.
So he's promising more, even more, because we haven't done nearly enough for Ukraine.
We have not.
So he promised more.
By the way, the idea that we had to wait till we passed the legislation overall, even held up by a small majority of our Republican colleagues, was just terrible. And there's a lot more money coming beyond what's already come in the other tranches that are available now that we passed the legislation.
Can you believe
So they'll have what they need and get it as quickly as they possibly can.
Can you believe the Republicans
and more
held up
more.
this bill because they wanted the border secure? I can't believe that they would hold this up in the Congress for you, Vlad. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's madness.
And more money's coming.
This is madness.
What are we doing?
One more clip because...
Whatever they want.
Yeah.
Whatever Volodymyr Zelensky wants, that's what we're doing.
Well, you asked earlier,
literally
Pat,
everything he wants, he gets.
You asked if they made out or something like that.
Yeah.
And we got
okay.
Damn close to that last night.
Good.
Thank you all so very much. Appreciate
This
it.
concludes our press conference. Thank you,
KJP
everybody.
ran right in there to make sure no more questions. Then they start the music, and this is the perfect song for what's about to transpire. Come here, baby. Oh, yeah. Close your mouth.
Well, he's about to tongue kiss him, so he's got to have it open now. All right.
There we go.
Maybe they'll go backstage and tongue kiss.
They're about to. You're about to see this. Yes.
Got the rails.
They walk off in the sunset together. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is so beautiful.
The embrace. Now look, Vlad actually.
Do they hold
helps
hands? Are they going to hold hands?
They're
coming close.
Joe wants to badly. Watch Vlad.
does.
Watch your step, old man. Watch out. Watch out. Don't pull. Okay. All right, Daddy. Here we go.
Wow.
Okay. And off they went to make tender love to each other. With your tax dollars as the bet.
Live happily ever after. With your tech. Now we gave them. So I read where the money that we gave them from the oligarchs. We have like $300 billion or something from the oligarchs in some bank account somewhere. So we gave them 50 of it, right? 50 billion of that. But I read that was they parsed that with the word lent. You know, they lend it. We're going to lend them that money.
To quote Jeff Fisher, did they?
That's what it. I know, but I found it interesting that it wasn't. Well, we're just giving them another 50 billion. It's like, well, we're going to lend them the 50 billion. I mean, we're going to lend it to them, and with no thought of ever having to pay it back.
Right. They're not paying. They can't pay this back. They're not going to. They're not a G7 nation. They've got no money. That's why they're crying poor mouth all the time.
Hold on. The reason they have no money is because it's in the bank account of Volodymyr Zelensky and all the people in parliament there.
Yeah.
And then it finds its way back to the DNC too, but I digress. That's where the money is.
Well, when you bought, beach homes all over the world, you wouldn't have that much left over.
You know how much money it takes to keep those up?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
You're right.
A lot. And flying to them from Ukraine is not cheap.
Correct.
So
how's the equity
of
those homes that we purchased for them?
I don't know, man. With climate change, I'm a little worried about their beach homes.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. In the year 2000 or 2100, they might be underwater. So I'm scared. I'm scared for them. You know what? Losing presidential candidates have been saying that their election was stolen for decades. Al Gore said it. Hillary Clinton said it. I mean, so it's not just Donald Trump. They've all cried fraud at the top of their lungs. So is it true? Can our elections be stolen? Well, that's what Sarah Gonzalez and the Blaze Originals team went to Michigan to find out. Michigan is, of course, a pivotal swing state, which changed their election laws after the 2016 election so that no Republican could ever be elected there again. That's what they're trying to accomplish. So we're here to answer the important questions about dead voters, voter ID laws, George Soros-funded secretaries of state. They're all under the microscope in this latest Blaze Originals documentary. It's available now only on Blaze TV. Voter fraud exposed. How elections can be stolen. Use the code VOTERFRAUD at blazeoriginals.com/Pat. You'll get $30 off your annual subscription to Blaze TV. Meantime, we've got a lot more to get to today. You got a Fat Five, too, I'm sure?
Yeah, we can knock out a Fat Five, absolutely.
All right, we'll do that. Also, more from John Fetterman yesterday.
Yeah, he had a fun moment in the Senate, and also we've got more tragedies unfolding across this nation, Pat. We've got a pride flag has fallen victim yet again to more skid marks.
Oh no!
I know, and it's horrifying video because you see the whole thing, and it's
yesterday's was tough to watch.
Okay, this is worse.
Is it worse?
No. There's a lot more going on.
No.
People better stay off those pride roads, man.
All right.
Take an alternate route.
We'll get to it and show you the horror of it all coming up.
How long before that happened?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets for you. Dan Deemer's tweets. Thanks a lot. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning singing Anna Paulina Luna. I'm just a bird in the sky.
Welcome to the party.
You're welcome
to the party, because
You're welcome, Dan.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
happy to do it
it's
for you.
It's impossible for me to see or hear her name anywhere.
No, without Una Paloma Blanca.
Every time.
If you're over 50.
Every time.
If you're over 50, you're infected with that.
I mean, that's not a fast rule.
It is. It's a hard, fast rule. Are you trying to say you're not over 50? Is that what you're trying to do? Do you know that song, Keith? Because you're not 50 yet.
Nah, not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, we're getting close with Keith because he's almost at that threshold, but not quite.
Well, you let us know when
48?
You know what the song is.
I'm 51. Can you believe that? 51 now. I'm so old.
How old is Jeffy?
49.
75?
All right, 75?
86?
Don't worry about my age.
97? I don't know.
Are you north or south of Joe Biden's age? Well, everyone's south of Joe Biden. Never mind.
Apparently you misunderstood when I said don't worry about it.
From Lawler RN. I like chewing the fat 12 instead of the big 12. I like that too.
Me too.
I like that.
Chewing
too. The fat 12.
Yes.
You have an extra 400 million?
Well, I mean, maybe I can.
Socked away.
Yeah.
He didn't want to tap
I hate to break into savings.
Yeah.
I like Bob Corona's tweet, the Allstate G7. We got to find a way to fund Zelensky.
Kidding.
No, yes.
Oh, my gosh. Jeez. Can we rename Ukraine the United States of Ukraine? Something like that?
Almost have.
We pretty much have. Mm-hmm. Fake Tyler. And by the way, once again, just to belabor the point a bit, this thing that's going on off the coast of Cuba, which I hate, with the Russians and their warships here, that's like a 2-week thing. The NATO ally Ukraine, if we admit them into NATO, that's a permanent thing, right on their shores forever. So, it's something that's a problem, like it is for us when they do these exercises with Cuba.
Which is why we originally told them we would never let it happen.
Right.
I'm talking about Ukraine into NATO.
And that was part of a nuclear treaty. Right? When we told them.
I think so.
It seems to me it
was part of some deal.
It was.
That we agreed. That's what made Russia say, okay, well, that's good.
Yep.
We're good.
Yep. It became part of an agreement or a treaty. I can't remember exactly. We should look into that.
If you listen to about, I don't know, what was it, 6 months ago now? Less than that. The Tucker interview with Putin, where Putin asked Clinton to be a part of NATO. And Clinton was like, let me look into that. And then he comes back, the next day is like, no, we can't do that.
That's right.
After he talked to his handlers, Clinton's handlers.
Yeah.
They don't want peace. That's the thing. They want money. And how do you get money? Forever wars.
Yeah.
Constant conflict. You always have to have a bad guy in the world.
And what is this? We brought this up, too. What is this 10-year security deal that you just signed with them? What is that?
I don't like it.
Yeah. You can't unilaterally sign a 10-year security deal on your own. What is that? You're making a treaty that doesn't need the U.S. Senate involved? Sorry, that doesn't work. And the second Donald Trump gets into office, he should tear that to shreds.
Yeah, that needs to be.
Let me read this short paragraph from the Defense Department website that was posted last night. Per the agreement, the U.S. and Ukraine will spend the next 10 years building and maintaining Ukraine's credible defense and deterrence capability.
My gosh.
Not our problem.
Nope.
Strengthening Ukraine's capacity to sustain its fight over the long term. Not our problem. Accelerating Ukraine's Euro-Atlantic integration, joining NATO.
Right.
And consulting in the event of a future Russian armed attack against Ukraine.
That's a treaty with another nation that
must
be ratified by the U.S. Senate. You can't do that. You can't do it. It's unconstitutional. Of course, so much of what he does is unconstitutional.
It's almost like he thinks he's a dictator.
It's almost like that. And everything he's accusing Trump of doing on day one, it's what he's promised. He's already doing it all.
All of it.
My gosh. I can't take it. From fake Tyler Morgan, these conferences are going to start sounding like a NASCAR driver naming his sponsors after a race.
Well, I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
actually. I am okay with the sponsors. I mean, we've talked about it all the time. I mean, things, if you can sponsor something, sponsor it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Really?
Yes. Go ahead.
What a surprise that you would be a whore
Go
like
ahead.
that. What a surprise.
If you can sponsor
that you would
something-
prostitute yourself. I didn't I mean, what an amazing surprise that is.
Why not? That's capitalism, my friend.
It is, yeah.
That's America.
Yes. Absolutely no integrity whatsoever. That's good. No, that's good. That's good. I like it. Just absolutely bottom line dollar, and that's it. No, good. It's good. From Gen X
You want me
Kid.
to wear it where? Okay.
I know you would. And you've changed your name for a radio
I have.
bit.
I've changed I literally changed my name.
That's the kind of prostitute you are. You changed your name for, was it a year?
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
I'd have done it for longer. It was a good bit.
From Gen X Kid, I appreciate Pat trying to make the dollars from Allstate significant enough to be impactful to those state-funded schools. I've been thinking I needed my Allstate premiums to increase to match my taxes.
Oh, my goodness. That's how they're going to pay for this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep. That's another really good aspect of the
yes,
whole
it is.
renaming the conference
Yes,
the
it is.
Allstate 12. That's great.
Yes, it is.
And just $500 million. Yeah, you're welcome, Gen X Kid. You're welcome. I'm with Allstate too, so that would affect my premiums as well. Not a spooky dude. Joey's biggest concern in life seems to be where he needs to stand or what spot he needs to walk to. Yeah, very true.
That is true.
Pat's 34, Falcons 28 tweets. Nice reminder there for Keith. A leash would be too obvious. What about one of those electronic invisible fences that keep the dogs in the yard? Equipped with a battery pack, maintain his proximity to Dr. Jill. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, kind of like that.
I like that. Frank Johnson's alter ego, they've signed a 10-year money laundering deal. Nah, that's probably what it is.
That probably is
reality.
what it is, yeah.
All right, we got a Fat Five from Jeffy.
All right. A couple days ago, the news broke that Joey Chestnut would not be a part of the July 4th Nathan's hot dog eating contest because he, couldn't turn down the money. Sponsorship from Impossible Meats, Frankfurters. Then yesterday, this was announced from Netflix, a rivalry simmering for 15 years. Chestnut versus Kobayashi, unfinished beef. The ultimate hot dog eating competition, and it's going to air live on Netflix Monday, September 2nd.
right.
Now, there's no location and time of the event. So we don't know where it's going to be or when it's going to be, but Netflix is airing it live. I mean, that's just more proof that they want to be in that live sports money, man.
Even if it's not sports.
I was going to say, you call that a sport?
Food.
Oh, no.
Eating.
Oh,
That's
no.
not a sport.
How dare you?
I'm
You've
sorry.
heard it.
that's not.
We're done.
You've heard him.
Stop.
Sorry.
Stop talking.
How much are they offering?
I don't know.
We don't know?
Yeah, there was no details were listed except the event, the announcing of the event. So I don't. We don't know if they're going to what brand hot dogs they're going to be eating, how much they're getting paid to do it, where it's going to happen. None of it. It's just going to when it happens. It's going to be on Netflix September 2nd.
Yeah. Okay.
Two-way shipping traffic resumed in Baltimore's harbor, the Deep Federal Channel. 11 weeks, $100 million cleanup of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge and the removal of the Dali container ship. Port officials expect trade to return to normal levels by next year. The disaster has cost, they say, so far $1.2 billion in disrupted trade.
Oh, man.
Over 100 million pounds of debris has been removed from the river to open up the port. So federal officials have pledged to fund the replacement of the 50-year-old bridge at an expected cost of $2 billion. And they're talking about opening the bridge by 2028. So I guess we can just keep using the tunnels and other detours. But if you think it's going to be $2 billion,
yeah,
please stop
pipe
it.
Dream.
Yeah, stop it. That's not going to happen. A reminder to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, which will soon possibly possibly be a sponsor of the Big 12. Listen whenever and wherever you wish. Available wherever you get your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Last week, it was announced that Alamo Drafthouse cinemas closed. Some employees didn't even know it was going to close until they showed up for work. They tried to get a hold of everybody. And we had some pictures of the Alamo Drafthouse where employees just showed up and it was closed.
Oh, wow.
And they were really...
Again, that's not the actual really picture that we would get sued for, right?
No, this is an artist rendering. Yeah, an artist rendering of the Alamo Drafthouse that where employees just showed up and it was closed.
Oh, so, I see. It says closed.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
Just that they showed up at the door and it just said closed at the door.
Yeah. You didn't have any artist rendering of the people showing up, though.
Oh.
Outside the building. That's too bad.
Well.
All right.
I mean, sorry.
Well, what are you going to do?
Wow.
What are you going to do?
So now, Sony has purchased it. Sony Pictures yesterday said it acquired the Alamo Drafthouse, the seventh largest cinema chain in the U.S., 35 locations. Other studios have one-off theaters, but from 1948 to 2020, studios were prohibited from owning theater chains under deals with the Department of Justice called the Paramount Consent Decrees that broke down the old, that one, and it has gone away now. So Sony is the first studio to get into the theater chain owning game and to own both studios and cinemas, just like old Hollywood. And I was informed that we actually did have someone show up when the people were showing up at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look how sad they are. It looks sad.
Oh, yeah.
They
look
found
at that one
out
guy.
They don't even have faces. They're so sad.
It's funny. They said, "What you can't call. You didn't let me know." And we tried.
What's the guy on the end there saying? He shows up to work and
he's
the door's
bummed
locked?
in. You don't want me to read that word. He's mad at Alamo Drafthouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
What are you gonna do?
Now, maybe I was just thinking. This is off the top of my head. Speaking of sponsorships, today's Chewing the Fat is brought to you by Kexi Cookies, simply the best cookie on the planet. Perfect Father's Day gift. I know, unless you pick them up at Kexi Cookie Bakery, the famous Kexi Cookie Bakery.
Probably won't get there by
You're probably not going to get there
Sunday.
by Father's Day. But, hey, better late than never.
Yeah, tell Dad. They're on the way.
I was thinking more like the Sony Kexi Drafthouse sponsorship thing going on. Like the Kexi Cookie Theaters, something like that. Just a thought.
The Kexi 12?
The Kexi 12.
The
I'm
Kexi
good with
12
that.
conference?
I like that.
Why don't you make that happen?
I like that.
I just
Do it.
might.
Get on that.
I like that a lot.
Write the check, Pat.
I'm about to.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
Yeah. We'll work it out. Some good news for the future. Straight out of Helena, Montana.
Oh,
Straight out of Helena, Montana. Now,
All right. I wore the T-shirt. The only T-shirt I've ever worn to the show.
Oh, congratulations.
And that was Sean's.
Mr. Sean's.
Mr. Sean's.
Nice job.
Thank you for that
gift. Yeah.
Thank you. That was very cool.
Go ahead. Tell us your family history of Montana.
Look, I'm not your trained monkey, okay? I don't have to tell any stories about anything.
Wow.
All right?
Fine.
I don't. Plus, my family story that you're referencing, I think, is actually from Butte, Montana, where my dad was born. And I lost my grandfather in a mining accident. So, thank you.
The biggest one in America, right?
Huh?
The biggest mining accident in America?
I think it's the biggest copper mining accident.
Mining,
I think there was a bigger one in West Virginia, but it was 168 men died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 168.
But we don't know that he actually was in that mine.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes.
We don't. He
worked
just
at the mine. He left for work in the morning.
It was a day off.
And he never came back.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't put those dots together.
The original story you said was that it was his day off.
And at the end of the day, you were his trained monkey. Because you just told us.
I just told the story. Damn it. I guess I am your trained monkey. Never mind.
And I see, before I even get to my story, I see where Fury and Energy sent in a new get up for us.
Yeah, so somebody requested he make a song called Straight Outta Helena. And here is the AI generated Straight Outta Helena. Yeah.
You are now about to witness the mean streets. Unleash! Everyone talks about Compton, but that's weak sauce. Let me take you to the mean streets you don't wanna cross. You walk out the door when the bullets start flying. You and your homies hit the deck or you end up dying. If the gangs don't get you, the mind's test real. This is no cap, fam, here we shoot to kill. Please heed my word killing from the mean streets to making sweets. He's hosted Pat Unleashed. He was born hard.
Yeah.
Dropping facts with no regard.
That's right.
On the blaze every day's ain't no Carter Malaise.
Yo.
Here to stay, let him show you the way.
All up in here.
Did I hear?
That's my dog. That's my dog right
From
there.
the mean streets, he be making sweets? Something like that? Did I hear that one?
Yes.
Awesome. Good stuff.
So good.
Good stuff.
That
And we
was
also
awesome.
have some good
So
news
good.
straight out of Helena. That's what my story was first about.
All right.
Good news for the future. The reported birth of a rare white buffalo in Yellowstone National Park fulfills a Lakota prophecy that portends better times. According to members of the American Indian tribe who cautioned that, it's also a signal that more must be done to protect Earth and its animals, obviously. But the birth of the calf is both a blessing and a warning, said Chief Arvil Looking Horse, the spiritual leader of the Lakota Dakota and the Nakota Oyat in South Dakota. Is it Oyat? Oyate. Oyate, the Nakota Oyate in South Dakota, and the 19th keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf, woman pipe, and bundle.
I'm sorry. Did you say woman pipe?
He's the chief Arable Looking Horse, spiritual leader of the Lakota Dakota, and the Nakota Oyat in South Dakota.
Oyate.
Oyate, yes, Oyate. And the 19th keeper of the sacred white buffalo calf, woman pipe, and bundle.
Who doesn't know that?
I heard four.
Don't insult our intelligence.
I heard 4 Akotas in there.
Now, there were several photos taken shortly after he was born,
there
June
they are.
4th in
Nice.
Lamar Valley.
Beautiful.
So I want to be sure to get that. You can see what the future is of the white
Again,
buffalo,
are we going
which
to
are
get sued
bison.
for that?
I
Or
don't know.
That's not the. That
This
is the
not
actual photo, isn't it?
Well, it's close. It's close to the actual photo.
But it's not.
Of the
Okay.
bomb.
The future
of
looks
the
bright.
bomb.
Close.
The future
based
does
on that
look bright.
artist rendering.
So
of the future.
real good there. And we've got you got the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics tonight, Game 4.
It's over
See
tonight.
what happens. I think so. The Florida Panthers kicked Edmonton's butt last night in Edmonton, so they're probably going to sweep on Saturday night as well.
They've won 16 straight at one point this year, the Oilers have. They can do this. They don't have to win 4 straight.
That's what the fans are saying.
Hey, the 1942
Not gonna
Toronto
happen.
Maple Leafs came back from 3-0. We can't do. Woo!
Not going to happen.
Okay.
So just be sure to stay tuned for the Chewing the Fat Big 12 coming up this year.
I will. I will stay tuned for that.
Thank you.
It'll be great. All right. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Are you tired of costly HEPA filter air replacements? Where you got to change the filters and all that stuff?
Yes.
I hate that. You say goodbye to that. And to the nasty home odors with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier. There are no filters in this thing. Nowhere to put them. So all you do is pop up the plug-in, stick it in the wall, and you turn it on. And then in seconds. Literally.
Pretty easy.
It does seem easy. If I can do it, seriously, a 2-year-old can do it. A 1-year-old can do it because I've got no skills as far as handyman.
Could Joe Biden himself do that? Okay.
No, Joe could not do it.
All right.
Let's get real here. We don't want to get carried away. Joe Biden could not do this, but Dr. Jill could. I
Yes,
think.
absolutely.
So, yeah. Could Hunter, if he was sober, Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Promises. We don't want to put Eden Pure on the spot here.
But man, do these things work. They work so fast and so well. And I plugged one in a while ago when I was telling you about my wife smelling these secret smells that are in the house that only she is privy to.
Oh, your wife has that gift?
Yeah.
Because my wife has that
yes,
gift,
she does have that gift.
Oh,
Sixth or seventh sense. Yep. I don't know. It's some super smell thing.
Like right o'clock, 1 o'clock in
it's
the morning.
It's a superpower. Yeah.
They wake you up because they smell something.
And she's like, every time I walk by this room, I get that smell. I'm like, well, then let's plug in one of the thunderstorms in there. That won't work. The next day,
it did.
That really worked. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. And right now, get $200 off a 3-pack for whole home protection. So you can put these anywhere you need them for pet odors or whatever kind of smell you have. Use the discount code PAT3 and get $200 off. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code PAT3.
Beware. Pat Gray is unleashed.
All right. Greg in Pennsylvania. Hi, you're on the Blaze.
What's up, Pat?
Hey.
Bingo!
Oh, good job. We were concerned there for a second. Good job. You did it. You pulled it off.
I was about to hang up on him.
Yeah.
I came so
Chris
close.
was leaning toward the phone, man.
Uh-huh. All right, so Greg, where'd your bingo happen?
Started ouch, upper left corner, then
goes diagonally. Mm-hmm.
Definitely subscribe, don't freeload.
Okay.
We got Pat, I'm Not Your Trained Monkey,
which just happened.
Comedy Gold.
Right.
And then Erica was Never That Great by, that.
Yes, douchebag. Cuomo. All right, Greg, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We got the $30 worth of merch from PatGrayShop.com and the dozen cookies from Kexi.com.
Nice.
Be a great Father's Day present for you. Maybe a few days late, but they're on their way, and you'll just have that warm feeling inside knowing that they're coming. All right. All right. We got some tweets here, too, from Dirty Mule. POTUS picked up the scent of a preteen girl. That's why he was wandering off. Oh, okay. In Italy. Is that what happened?
Okay.
Picked up the scent of preteen.
Oh, no.
I don't care anymore. I don't care. I'm not going to try to.
How many days are left of this presidency, Chris?
I would not be surprised.
I know.
Frankly.
I know.
Let's see. What are we at? 201.
Come on now. There's got to be less than 200.
We got to be under 220 now. Right?
220 with
Stop
4
it!
hours and
We've been
55
stuck in the
minutes.
220s for a year.
Yeah, we got to.
No.
For a year. Well, at least for like 10 days.
Now, I know the company had the company reset like yesterday. Has that been reset?
It has been reset, yes. We did have a company reset. And actually reset it again this morning.
200.
So 220 hours.
Left. That's incredible. Days.
Days.
I wish it was hours.
I know.
That would be great.
No kidding. Can we change that to hours?
Wow. No, because it wouldn't help.
It wouldn't help. It would be true.
Spunker 1300R. I can't believe Biden didn't yell, "Don't jump!" at the paratroopers.
Too late.
That's great. That would have been good. That one would have been good. Don't jump. No, they're supposed to.
That's what they
Stupid.
do.
They've got parachutes.
He would say that.
Paul Gertzman, I hope all this money we're spending in Ukraine is buying us mineral rights and natural resources rights. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
No,
but
Lindsey
it's
Graham wants
not.
your kids to do that with their blood.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Mother Stink Eye. So is Ukraine now a U.S. territory? Did we pay more or less for it than we did Alaska? Oh, my gosh. We paid so much more. I don't know what the factor is.
I'm not even going to try.
1,000 by a factor of 1,000?
At least, yeah.
Alaska cost us, wasn't it, was it 7 million?
Oh,
14 million?
Now you're gonna make me
we traded a bear and
a billion,
some beaver pelts.
So it was $7.2 million.
So how much?
$7.2 million.
$7.2 million.
We purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, which is
for a minute I couldn't believe it was really 7 million, but that was what was in my head.
Which is the equivalent
7 million
to today's dollars.
Jeez,
119 million.
For Alaska!
So, yeah.
We haven't even come close.
We paid a little bit more for Ukraine and got nothing.
A state, by the way, that is 2.5 times the size of Texas. Yeah. And it's got all kinds of natural resources.
That we refuse to tap into.
Yeah. Right.
anymore.
Well, you don't want to mess up the mating habit of a moose. I mean, if you get him out of the mood, boy, the world would end. Lone Wolf 2965. I'm sure the country will collapse long before that 10-year non-treaty treaty is done.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is fair.
Hey Pat, I
Sadly,
gotta
it is
ask
fair.
you because
Yeah.
the Blaze chat is asking: are there any artist renderings of the mean streets of Helena?
Didn't we have one during the song? I think we had one during the song.
No, the artist rendering, like a picture.
Yeah,
put in.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, we did.
There you go.
There's one. I mean,
Is that how you
remember it?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, worse than that.
worse, yeah.
I mean,
worse than that.
That's on a nice day.
I was gonna say, is that like
That's when I got out.
that's Sunday morning?
Yeah, that's Sunday morning when
Sunday
things
morning,
calm down a
down.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can go out on the
Sunday
streets
morning in Helena. That's okay. I'm just grateful that you made it out of there alive.
Thank you. Me too.
Are you?
Me too. It was close. It was dang close. So, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on corporate greed. This is from yesterday, is it?
Yeah. She was asked about corporate
Love
greed.
Janet Yellen.
And,
Yes, that's your girl.
Her answer is I don't know, man. She never seems to really line up with what the Biden administration wants. Those within the administration,
Okay.
the talking points are different from her.
Your boss calls it corporate greed. You don't.
Well,
Well,
there's a lack of competition that enables firms to have healthy markups and profits.
She just won't say.
good for her,
The
though.
cut line, the company line there at the White House.
Yeah.
Is, corporate greed is driving up
Right.
costs.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
She couldn't play that game. She couldn't bring herself to say it.
Right.
She worked, tried to. And
She
couldn't.
tried. She couldn't.
and then she instead
Good for
explained
her.
how profits work. And then this
Wow.
next clip, I
Wow.
don't know if she inadvertently, but she basically says, yes, she agrees with the question here that the premise was that Trump's economy was better for America than Biden's. This is hysterical.
All right.
The public believes that the former President Trump, was better for the economy than the current president.
Well,
Well,
I think President Biden understands that people are feeling pain.
Does he?
And when they say this, they are concerned. I think they've seen the level of prices rise
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Under Biden.
Over 20% over the last 3 years or so.
Who's
Right.
been
They
president?
can remember when the price of a gallon of milk
Yeah, we
or
do.
a loaf of
Wait,
bread
they can remember
was
that?
30% lower
Under
than
Trump.
it is now.
Right.
And low-income families have seen some of the highest increase
Under
in
Biden.
costs.
Right, under Biden. Everything she is saying.
I just want you to know.
she's
out.
fired.
She's
fired. Seriously, she did not spew the party line there. Wow.
Something else, right?
Isn't that something?
So
Jeez.
she's saying that poor Americans are suffering, and really on the last 3 years,
And it's affected them worse.
who's been president the last 3 years?
Joe
Okay,
Biden.
And the price of goods
Is that when the goods and services have gone up 20%?
yeah.
Over 20%?
But they remember when times were good.
Well,
under
that was
Trump.
clear back 3.5 years ago. So
Who was president then? I mean, this is hysterical.
God, that's incredible. Speaking of the economy and Donald Trump, at this Republican meet he had, this little get-together that he had with Republican legislators, apparently he's talking about ending income tax.
I love it.
And switching to tariffs.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yep.
Isn't that essentially fair tax, I guess?
Yes.
The way we used to
Except-
do things in this country.
Yeah, except you're talking about tariffs on, foreign products. I don't know if you would extend that to everything and just do a fair tax. I guess that's what you would do. But I'm all for it right now.
The bottom line is that we've always said it's immoral to tax someone's ability to make a living.
Yes.
And that's what the income tax
Yes.
does. And it's even worse because it's a progressive tax. So any tax that replaces that, let's go. Because then,
Let's do it.
then you're choosing whether or not you want to participate in that.
Right.
Dear Fair Tax people, email Keith Melinek and Pat Gray.
Not Jeffy Fisher?
You
Why?
The Chewing the Fat.
You don't love to hear from the
Fairtax.com is full.
I will tell you this, though. The Fairtax people have kind of
they have.
Stopped.
They've gone away.
Yeah. It's not like it was 20 years ago.
No, it's not even close.
They were quite active back in the day.
Yes.
Haven't heard from them in a while.
They must have lost the Yahoo account or something because they've been very quiet.
They were still at AOL. So I have to tell you.
One of the things that happened was somebody came out with the calculation that they were wrong
They were
all
wrong.
those years.
Yeah.
And it's not. It can't be 23%.
Janet
it's more
Yellen
like
showed up, and that
33%.
just over.
Yeah, done. So I don't know if that's what ended it, but even that would be better than what we have now. Because you choose, again, like he said, if you're buying new products,
right,
it applies only to new products. So if you're buying a house that's already been lived in, you didn't have built, you don't pay the tax on that.
And if you're an illegal alien that's getting paid cash under the table, then now you have to...
You're still purchasing goods,
right?
And services.
You're still exactly. So
the money that you're not sending back to your home country,
right?
Anyway,
and the price of goods and services supposedly would go down because you eliminate all the hidden taxes on all of those products.
Bottom line is, anything is better than the income tax that we currently have. The system we have with the IRS right now, it sucks. So fill in the blank, replace it with that.
Yes. Yeah.
And it'll be better.
Also, did you see that the super mega MAGA conservative Supreme Court yesterday upheld the abortion pill in a unanimous decision?
Yeah.
All 9 voted to uphold the abortion pill. It's fine. Yeah, just go ahead and... Okay, we overturned Roe v. Wade, but go ahead and take a pill and eliminate your baby.
One thing I will never understand, and the basis for this ruling, was that those bringing the case lacked standing. I thought if you were an American citizen,
you
automatically had standing to appear in front of a court.
Thank you.
But apparently that's what they...
We've heard that multiple times.
And it's unanimous.
In the last 5 years or so.
That almost seems like a cop-out way to say, we don't want to rule on this.
Yes.
It is. That's exactly what it is. But why, if you're Clarence Thomas and Sam Alito, are you taking that road? Why? Why are you joining the other justices in going down that road? It's stupid.
Yeah. Did you see the other case that they decided yesterday, Starbucks versus McKinney, where you had the employees who wanted to unionize and basically force Starbucks to accept union employees. And so Starbucks fired the employees. The National Labor Relations Board came in and said, no, you have to hire them back. And so the Supreme Court voted 8-1 yesterday and said, no, Starbucks doesn't. And the one against was Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
And that was
8-1.
But that case was strange too, because those employees ended up having a big gathering with the TV station, and they did a big interview of how they wanted to be unionized in the Starbucks after it was closed. And so Starbucks was like, you're not doing that on the property. Get out.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just that they wanted to
and imagine
be unionized.
This. In a banana republic, imagine this. The ruling was that the NLRB doesn't apply these labor rules evenly. It's very arbitrary. Really? Imagine that. A regime like this that would arbitrarily enforce rules for one company and not for another.
Huh.
And so on that, it voted 8-1 in favor of Starbucks.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I mean, you just never know with the Supreme Court right now. You just don't know.
Well, they're conservative.
It's incredible.
It's a conservative
it's
court,
a mega, MAGA conservative court.
They voted 9-0 to kill babies.
Right.
That's what. It's just a pill.
It's just a pill.
It's just a pill.
Yeah.
Shut up.
All right. All right. Let me tell you about why it's important for you to have a Jace case. Nobody who looks at our economy for more than a minute or two thinks that our economy is getting better. Inflation is still high. It could easily get higher soon, and it has a spiraling effect, too. People aren't able to pay their expenses. So they're falling further and further behind. Consumer sentiment is at its lowest level in the past year and a half. And who can blame us? Look, we've been overrun Our healthcare system has been overrun, and that's why some medications aren't even available. Let alone them just being too expensive for you to afford. That's why the Jace case comes in so handy. It's a personalized emergency kit that contains essential antibiotics and medications that treat most common deadly bacterial infections. It provides life-saving antibiotics for emergency use. Just fill out a simple form online, and you'll have what you need in case it ever becomes necessary. There's add-ons, too. You can get EpiPens. You can get ivermectin. Jace Medical encourages you to take your family's health into your own hands. Go to jacemedical.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout, and get a discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at JASE, jacemedical.com.
Pat Gray. Join the conversation, 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed. We'll be right back.
All right, we got some tweets here. Critical Pathology tweets, you should do a docudrama mini-series about the life and times of Pat Gray on the mean streets of Helena, Montana. It'd be so dark and depressing to people, though.
Oh, no.
You know?
Well, no, but it ends uplifting because you get out.
I got out
Right.
of the mean.
But it would earn a TV,
We already know the ending.
TVMA rating.
Anybody who listens to this show that's ever been to or from Helena must think, what are you doing?
Bringing awareness. You bring awareness.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
to a situation that needs to be under control.
Awareness. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
PSA.
All right. Plague Dr. MD tweets, how long before Pat's son sues him for showing Kexi Bakery videos on the show? It's already happened. There's already a lawsuit pending. Already pending right now.
Don't show it again.
Yeah.
Don't
do it. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
10K.
It's getting that bad.
Yes, it is.
Honestly,
it is.
Actually, Jeffy, next time.
I plan on it. Don't worry about it.
You're going to do some
There
drawing.
will be some artist
rendering of a cookie.
Paco D tweets, fair tax people. We lost them.
Oh.
We lost them.
I know.
We did lose some of them, I think.
Sucks.
We gained LinkedIn, though.
Right? That's true.
We
gained LinkedIn, and they're even more obnoxious than the fair tax people.
And they just added a bunch of AI stuff.
You know who else sucks? Driving me out of my mind are the classmates.
Yes, sir.
Holy crap! What do you send me, like 8 a day?
Did you click on
10?
something at one point?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Because I think I did
44 people have seen you this month. Okay, have they? And then you click, and then you got to join to see if anybody really did.
And I'm not doing that. But you clicked on it.
But I did click on it. And so now it's never ending.
Yeah.
If you ever click on LinkedIn, forget it. Your life's over.
It's over.
Your life's over.
Done.
They're in bed with you at night.
Wow.
They get up with you in the morning.
Oh, my goodness.
And the bathroom, shower.
They're everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yep.
Now, especially now with AI.
No, it sucks. I really don't like it. Johann Matthias, repeal the 16th Amendment is what I've been screaming for a long time.
Yeah.
Thank you, President Trump. Yes, that would be great. That would be great. If he can pull that off, though.
Get her done.
Get her done.
That would be a legacy. Never mind Roe v. Wade.
Oh, my gosh.
You get rid of the income tax.
That'd be something else.
You, sir, get a statue.
Yeah. No question.
Oh, no.
Did you see in the Alex Jones saga,
Please.
the Sandy Hook families now are after his X account, his Twitter account now?
Yep.
All the social
Look,
media sites.
I really feel for these families. I do. I hate what they went through. It was horrific. This is not right. It's not reasonable.
It is not.
And it's not constitutional. And you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. If you ever want to get paid what he owes you, the $1.5 billion, which is never going to happen because the guy doesn't make that kind of money. He's not Elon Musk. You know, I heard him say on Glenn's show the other day that he's made maybe $50 million in his lifetime.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't either, but whatever. Let's say. I mean, he's made a lot of money.
I would think
he's
more
made
than
good
that.
money.
I would say more
you would
than
say
that.
more than that? Oh, I don't think so.
In his lifetime?
I don't think so.
He's hawked a lot of goods.
Yeah, he has. But, I mean, $50 million's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
it's a lot of money.
Yes,
but it's not $1.5 billion money.
Correct.
You know, you're making him sell, and he's finally agreed. He's going to sell InfoWars. He's going to sell the website. He's going to sell his show or whatever. And now you want to take his ex account?
Now his father is selling stuff on a website. We've got to shut that down, too.
I mean, at what point?
I mean, that's what they want. Enough.
Yeah, it is enough. It's enough. Come on now.
A dollar would have been too much, in my opinion.
Thank you. The whole thing
he didn't
is a
do
nightmare.
it. Right. He talked about it. He was wrong about it.
How dare he have an opinion?
We talked about how wrong he was at the time. We've talked about it many times. However, this is not right. He didn't do it to you. He's not the one hassling these families. He's not the one.
Yeah, and you know what gets lost in this is
punish the people who did it.
No one ever talks about the name Adam Lanza. You remember his name? He was the shooter. He's the one that killed these kids, not Alex Jones.
Right.
You're right.
I know.
It's a sensitive thing because I cannot imagine what these parents are going through.
We do.
But at what point are you degrading their memory by doing this? Come on.
And yeah, they did go through some stuff. People persecuted them because they thought it was a hoax. I mean, but Alex didn't tell people to go persecute them. It's asinine.
Sure is.
And again, it's wrong.
Yes.
This is America where you can express opinions.
And this is setting a dangerous precedent, regardless of how far this thing goes with Alex Jones and what these families get from him.
Yeah.
We have already gone to a point where this is setting a very dangerous precedent in this country.
Yep.
Free speech is.
And everybody
on the
knows
ropes.
I'm not a fan of Alex's show. I mean, I've never been. Right? We've joked about him. But this is just so outside the realm of anything that's reasonable that you just got to stand up and say enough.
It's his right.
First of all, the $1.5 billion judgment is unconstitutional because it's cruel and unusual, and there's no way he can ever get there.
Right.
There's no way. You can't penalize somebody to that degree. All right. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Kind of a fun moment with John Fetterman yesterday as he was gaveling out the Senate meeting. He's not the chair of this committee, is he?
No,
if he's got the gavel, he must.
No, this was in the full Senate.
Full Senate. Wow. All right. Here we go. John
Under
Fetterman.
the previous order, the Senate stands adjourned until 3 p.m. on Monday.
Pause it for a second.
What are we doing?
We got to deal with that. You're right, Jeff. Look
fake
at that.
John Fetterman. What are we doing?
So if you have the gavel,
he knew it was a big day for him.
It was a big day. He didn't come in with the shorts and the hoodie because at one point they said, "Now we're going to go with the Senate rules." Remember?
Oh, that's
and the
right.
Senate
He's
rules
on the Senate floor. That's why. Right.
That on the floor you have to have the suit on.
Right.
I think.
And they were
going to change that.
They did for a little while, right? They paused it for a little while,
and then they went back.
Right. They voted against.
So he absolutely has to here.
I bet he has one suit hanging in the office. Man.
Oh yeah,
just for the floor.
I bet. Because, I mean, he won't do this anywhere else.
No way.
Anywhere else.
No way.
He doesn't care what show it's on. He doesn't care
shorts.
where he is. He doesn't care if it's national TV. He doesn't care. So anyway, here he is gaveling.
Under the previous order, the Senate stands adjourned until 3 p.m. on Monday. Bang, gavel.
He laughs at himself.
He read the directions. At least, unlike Joe Biden, he realizes that he just read directions he wasn't supposed to read.
Yes.
So reenact that for us if it were Joe Biden gaveling out the Senate.
Okay.
How would that have gone?
Oh, you got the gavel. You got a better gavel than he had in that top drawer.
Top drawer.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
Top
let's see here.
drawer.
Okay.
Top drawer.
This is the top drawer.
No, it's
You're looking lower than the top drawer, aren't
This
you?
is the lower. No, it's the top drawer.
top drawer in the back. It's right there.
Okay, I got to
Use that. That works.
There we go.
I kind of wanted the screwdriver version of that.
I'm bringing the Senate to a close. Bang, gavel.
I don't even know that he would have known to actually bang the gavel. He would have just read it.
Gavel.
Bang gavel. That's dangerous instructions there.
Bang gavel.
Bang gavel.
Pause.
4 more years.
Pause.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Was Fetterman on FaceTime when he got in that wreck?
Yes, he was.
Oh no!
Yes.
Really?
The staff have
And driving over 70 miles an hour?
the staff blew the whistle on him.
What are you doing,
They
man?
were like, we
man.
are serious concerns about Fetterman driving while FaceTiming.
Look, there were serious concerns about Fetterman being in the U.S. Senate, period.
Right.
Okay? We had serious concerns. We tried to warn you about this guy. You elected him anyway, Pennsylvania, so now you're stuck with him. Now you're stuck. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't know why we're
stupid.
Why is he driving?
He shouldn't
That
be
is
driving.
true. He shouldn't be driving.
Should not be driving.
A senator should not be driving.
So was he with his staff?
I agree.
Is he with his staff or was he with his wife? With his wife, yeah, because she was hurt.
And
right?
She
Why
should be
wasn't
driving.
she driving?
Thank you.
It just doesn't make sense.
Weird. That's weird. And he's on. And he's online.
Yeah, he's on FaceTime.
On FaceTime, yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
Everyone does that.
Everyone does that. I do that.
I don't do that.
You
I
don't
don't
even
do
have a
Like
phone.
I said, everyone does that.
You don't have a phone.
I don't do that. I do have a phone. Of course, I have a phone. I just don't use it while I'm driving. That's for sure. Well, I mean, if somebody calls, I've got it hooked into the car.
Yeah, me too.
And that's what he thought.
And
He
that's-
had the phone
yeah, he
probably
probably had the phone on
hooked up on the dash and had it on.
Okay.
No, he's got FaceTime.
He's not holding it up like this and driving.
I don't care what. You don't FaceTime while you're while you're
it's just like
driving
taking a
over
call.
70 miles an hour. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I put my phone in the trunk when I drive.
That's good. Yeah, for safety purposes.
Yeah, just I keep it way. I just don't want the temptation.
You don't want the distraction.
Exactly. Right. It's way. I can't even.
Is that before or after you take the picture of whatever the hell you're listening to?
What are you
that
talking
day?
about? The red light.
Is
Yeah.
that
And then I throw it back in
Is
the
that
trunk.
before or after you write yourself a Post-it note and stick it on the dash?
Oh no, the Post-it notes aren't going anywhere.
Okay.
The way of life, Jeffy.
Also, while it won't be serving any food, there's a new kind of food truck that's going to be dishing out licenses and other driver services
What could
in
go wrong?
Illinois starting this month.
What could go wrong?
Illinois Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias.
Love
Alexi.
That person.
Announced this week that his office
Okay.
will roll out the first ever mobile DMV, offering drivers a chance to obtain things like a new driver's license within minutes.
You like it?
Okay.
I think I like
So
it.
you like this?
Do I get to get? Does it have a sandwich as well?
No.
It's actually a food truck?
No food.
No food.
No food.
I mean, what are we
Does
doing?
that change your? Yeah, I know,
Kinda.
right? The mobile DMVs were described as being similar to a food truck and are electric powered. Oh, that's a relief. Whew, I was going to
No
worry
kidding.
about the environment there for a minute. The first unit will launch this month in Chicago and surrounding suburbs, with 3 more expected later in the summer, which will cover events across the entire state.
So are they going to have armed guards with them in Chicago, or?
Hope so, because they're, it's like Helena. Not as bad as Helena,
not as bad,
obviously, on the mean streets. But
So
Chicago's tried to be, come up on Helena. No.
So now, if they're doing this in the inner city, right?
So here's the problem, though.
Okay, what do you got?
You can register to vote.
Which is what they're actually doing.
Which is what the deal is.
This is what
they
they're
don't want to make
actually
this
doing.
more convenient for Illinoisans.
No.
They want to register
Right.
people to vote for the Democrat Party.
Okay, so now
that's what they're gonna
They
do.
can put to rest this fake argument that it's impossible to get an ID, or
Yeah, right.
impossible-
Which
Yes.
they won't.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But it's
one
so
of their,
difficult. We've got food trucks on the road.
One of their arguments was that blacks don't know where the DMV is.
Yeah.
So now they don't need to.
It's at the corner of
Right?
MLK and 3rd Street.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep. Well, but blacks don't have radios, so how are you going to get it out to them?
Wait, what?
They don't have the
Hold on.
internet,
They don't-
so
there's
you
no way
can't
to
tell
get
them
the
on the
information.
internet.
Yeah.
Well, how are they going to get the information? They don't have televisions, so you can't put it on TV.
Wow.
Smoke signals? I don't know. How can you get this information to minorities?
Pat, if you tell one, they tell everybody else.
Really?
Yeah, that's the way it works.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, what excuse are they going to use then?
They'll find something.
They'll find something.
Yes,
They will find.
But that's interesting that they're covering it with driver's license. I wonder how easy it actually is to get the new driver's license.
That part I like. What
me
I
too.
don't like is the register to vote thing. I mean, do I want that to be easy for people? Yeah, but I know I know how they're going to use this.
Yeah, I don't.
We all know how they're going to use it. They're going to try to register only Democrats and people they think will vote Democrat.
And do you have to prove you're a citizen?
That's a good question.
But here's the I don't think it should be easy. Like voting is a sacred right in this country. And, if you can't find out where to go to register, then all this, the motor voter thing, it's the same thing. It's just about getting names on the rolls that they could use for voter fraud. I don't mind it
being easy for the driver's license, though.
Yeah,
Do you?
I'm with you on that.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, no, that one I'm with you.
It's the registering to vote.
Yeah.
Voting doesn't need to be so easy and effortless that any moron can do it. It should be a little more complicated than that. You have to show up someplace, okay? And you have to bring an ID.
On a certain day.
You need to, on a certain day. Yep. If you want to extend the day, I don't know that I have a really big problem with that. But it's just getting so ridiculous now.
Sure is.
Some are doing it 3 months in advance.
September 20th is the earliest voting that we were documenting for this coming cycle.
My gosh. I mean, that's September 20th to October 20th to November.
2.5
That's
months.
2.5 months. I mean, that's too much.
That's
ridiculous.
Month and a half.
Month and a half, yeah.
It's not
We're not good at
Don't
math.
trust my math.
I'm not good at calendar.
Don't just take what I say at face value when it comes to numbers, bro.
Should have learned that about a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. But seriously, I mean, just getting more names on the rolls that you could therefore exploit later.
And that's what they're doing. That's what they're going to do.
Absolutely.
I wish they wouldn't. I don't want them to do that, but that's what they're going to do. That's what they will do with it.
I'm sure that there's going to be strong oversight to.
Are you sure of that?
Yeah, there's going to be strong oversight to.
Jeffy just convinced me.
And this is going to help the environment, you say?
Yeah. Oh, well, it'll be fine for the environment.
Seals the deal.
It'll be good. Yeah, because there'll be electric vehicles,
right?
And we all know that electric vehicles are super environmentally friendly.
Hold on, are these parking these DMV offices in the hood overnight? They're just going to leave them there, show up the next day.
I don't know.
I can have any hubcaps on those things. Wow. Good luck.
Wow, what are you saying there?
I know.
Saying that hubcaps are.
Tell us some more, Whitey.
They're quite the commodity down there in the old urban centers.
Okay. All right. I don't know anything about that.
Keep digging the hole, Keith. Keep digging the hole.
How dare you?
They're not putting these in Helena, I'll tell you that. They're going to the safety of the security of Chicago,
Way
Illinois.
too dangerous. You notice this isn't happening in Helena.
This is what it is. It's a test run. If they can survive these DMV vehicles in Chicago, then we'll move them to Helena next.
Right, but I'll bet they don't survive the Chicago streets, let alone Helena.
Right.
So we'll see. All right, let me tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. This is such a great service that we provide to you. We just set you up with a great realtor because selling your home is really, really stressful. And buying a home can be really stressful. I mean, I know when we came to town, we probably looked at, 50 homes before we finally bought the first one we looked at. It's ridiculous. But that's exactly what happened. You need a good realtor, a great realtor who can sell your home for the most amount of money or get you into the most home for your money. Either way, Real Estate Agents I Trust. They're the way to go. This is a free service that we set you up with, and then you have a great realtor who has a great marketing plan and isn't going to just rely on open houses every week so you can keep your house spotless and leave it every weekend. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. The name says it all. RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Ursula Haverback, a Holocaust denier.
Back at you.
Oh, she's a Holocaust denier.
Sent to trial in Germany.
Oh, yes. This is the
at age 95.
95. Well, they got to put her away.
95.
Oh,
put her away.
I thought she was younger than that.
So I hope they convict her and get her in prison and make the streets safe again.
How dare you have an opinion different than the government?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well, you can't. You can't. I mean, this is asinine. It's stupid.
Yes.
And it is Germany. So
they're a little sensitive.
They're sensitive. They are.
So she is a literal Holocaust denier.
Yeah.
Is what she is.
Yes.
And she's back in court for what?
Because she denies the Holocaust.
She denies the Holocaust.
That's the only thing
that's it.
That is the crime.
That's the crime. But that is a crime in Germany.
Because that incites hatred, I believe.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. Like the swastika is illegal. You know, doing the Sieg Heil thing. All of that Nazi stuff is illegal in Germany.
Bathing regularly.
Again, they're a little sensitive.
You can't do anything in that country.
I know. Can't do any fun Nazi stuff in Germany. What is the deal with these people?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with the Nazi thing in Germany? But she's 95 years old. Can you cut her a little slack or not?
No,
I guess not.
No.
I guess not. We can't use any common sense because that would be wrong, of course. She was charged with 2 years in prison. Didn't show up for her prison sentence.
Okay, good.
Wow. Her statements also mentioned that the Auschwitz concentration camp was not an extermination camp, but rather a labor camp.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's not a nice person.
Not a nice person. No, she's an idiot.
I love the idea, though. I'm not showing up. I'm supposed to be like, I'm not showing up.
Do you love that?
I love that.
They're gonna.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's. I mean, that's smart. Let's make the government
come get her.
Do the visual of dragging a 95-year-old woman out. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did. So congratulations on that. And
apparently they did.
They did. Right. And speaking of hate, and just the sheer ugliness of it, pride flags continue.
We're not going to show this, are we?
To get defaced in city after city. I hesitate to.
Well, first you
to
gotta
show this.
Yeah. Well, we had a happy moment. What town was this? Fredericton, Canada, where they were repainting it and they were showing off on their social media.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And this is. Wait a minute. Yes, it's staged because there's no paint on your brush, bro. Look at that.
Oh man!
But that's a feel good story because they fixed it.
Good.
Made it nice and bright.
Phew,
repainted
that was
it
close.
and stuff. But
Good. That was in New Brunswick.
Yep.
Okay. But there was a pride flag that was desecrated.
This is sad.
In Huntington, West Virginia.
You hate to see this. Look at this guy.
Oh no. Has he not heard the news about what's happening to these people that do this?
They're going to prison, right? For life.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Now he was just trying to get off the line. I mean, I'm sorry that your crosswalk was painted in rainbow colors.
I didn't realize.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
I
was just gunning up to get across the green light
because that light in downtown Huntington is notorious
really short.
For being a
it's
quick
like 5 seconds long, and so you got to gun it just to get across the intersection in time. Otherwise, it turns yellow and red too fast.
That's frustrating.
I mean,
that's incredible.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh, Jeffy.
Look.
That does show.
You're trying to do it.
Hatred. Yeah, that does
hatred.
show hatred.
Does it show hatred?
How do you define hatred? You can read the guy's mind.
I define it by that.
By that guy. Okay, so that guy
you know
has
it when you see it
in his heart.
I think he does.
Judge Jeffy. Okay.
Or whoever is driving the truck.
Wow.
Could be
I don't know if we're gonna have time for this clip because I think you might.
Have they caught this person yet?
View. I don't know that.
No, they're still looking.
Yeah, they're still looking.
They're still looking for them.
They're still looking for that. Oh, wow.
Just like they're looking for
no pride flag is safe from tire tracks.
Maybe you should stop flying them just to be safe.
Well, you're not really flying it when it's in the pavement.
Okay.
I was wondering, seriously, we talked earlier. I wonder when, like we talked about the Lime scooters are going to make the, and I'm not quite sure how they're going to make that a no-go zone, but
GPS.
I guess to just make you go around it.
Supposedly
but
stops.
I wonder when the, like if GPS, Google Maps, whatever, reroutes you so you don't drive over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I could see that happening.
I think the scofflaw is still at large. It looks like, yeah.
Wow.
Boy, that's not good. I don't know.
That's not good.
I don't know if you want.
Because what if he were to strike again and leave tire marks on another pride
You know
flag?
how much he hates, or she hates.
He or she hates a lot.
A lot.
But in the meantime, that doesn't do the pride flag any good.
This is why the LGBTQIA2
plus people
are so hesitant to go outside because of haters like that.
LGBTQ2 plus.
I know that Chris has big plans for us in overtime today, so I don't know if you want to play this 2-minute and 45-second clip here, Pat. But I mean, this professor really breaks down what hate crimes are. And
we're going to save that.
Does he talk about
that for overtime?
Because we're going to convince Jeffy that it's not good to
do hate crimes,
to go after hate crimes, Jeffy.
Oh, to go after them.
Yeah, because you talked about that guy is full of hate.
Look. I don't want to go after people with hate in their hearts either. But that right there, what we just witnessed.
That was too egregious, wasn't it?
Yes,
it was too obvious.
It hurt him.
And too egregious.
It hurt Jeffy.
And it went right to your heart. And so we've got to find that guy specifically, or woman, and put them in prison. Right?
Well, who knew Jeffy had a heart?
They should be.
No one.
They need to be dealt with. I don't know about prison, but they need to be dealt with.
What should be the punishment?
Fashion.
If there should be a punishment for obvious
hate. For obvious hate.
No, for
we'll
obvious.
About that once we catch him.
Doing the skid marks on a pride flag. What in Jeffy's world?
We'll bring him in. To what end?
We'll bring him in.
What are you giving that guy?
Do you hold him for a length of time?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
All right.
Then you make him repaint it.
Okay, so you bring him in, and you say, okay, you're going to go repaint the pride flag that you put tire tracks on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then you're going to spend a little bit more time back here.
And you say repaint it like this guy who isn't
that's just for
painting
a photo
jack crap.
op. It's just a photo op.
It's so stupid. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah, that's great stuff. These pride flags. Maybe they shouldn't be on the streets. I don't know.
There's a thought.
What?
There's a thought.
Maybe you don't.
They want
paint
this kind
them
of
into
reaction.
the street.
They want this kind of reaction.
They have
They
to.
do want
They
rednecks
have to want this. Yeah. They have to want this, and this in some way shows how they're oppressed.
Yep.
Because this guy is burning rubber on the crosswalk that's painted in pride colors.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's incredible.
It is. I mean, you're asking for this to happen. You're begging for that to happen.
100%.
Happen. It has.
Yeah. No. And happen. It will continue.
It will continue to.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of flags, yesterday we were talking about the climate change flag. Where's the climate change flag?
Fisher, I give it
it's
to
in
you.
my office. I left it with the stack of papers.
Well, we got
in my
Pat Head
office.
Tom Smith designed a really great climate change flag.
Oh, okay.
For us. And there it is.
See, that's pretty good. I had an artist rendering
That's
one,
really
too.
good.
I think
World on Fire. That's fantastic.
I don't know that I don't want to vote yes on that one yet.
Demand
we need
climate
a climate
justice.
change flag. We do need a climate change
So
flag.
how would you feel if that flag right there was painted in an intersection and somebody
drove over it and left tire marks? Oh man,
what would that do to your heart that we just recently discovered exists?
It would be heartbreaking,
yes,
wouldn't it?
Would.
It really would.
Yes, it would. But we do need a climate change flag. I think more people should submit their climate change flags. No, we're not just giving one. One guy sends one in, and that's the flag. No.
All right, so. You're asking for more.
Yeah, we need more flags.
Designs.
Yeah, we need to have more choices.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we need to. We have. This may be the one we choose.
And then again, it
Maybe
may
not.
not. It may not. Did you see Trump asked about Hunter Biden's drug problem yesterday and what he said about it?
No.
This is incredible to me because there was a reporter. She was asking him mainly about vice presidential candidates. And he said, I don't know, something about Youngkin being maybe on the list. Okay. Glenn Youngkin from Virginia.
Right.
But then she asked him about his thoughts on Hunter Biden's conviction on federal gun charges and his drug addiction And Trump said this. Listen to this. Well, I think it's a very serious thing. I understand that whole subject. I understand it pretty well because I've had it with people who have it in their family, he said, speaking of drug addictions.
Yeah.
It's a very tough thing. It's a very tough situation for a father. It's a very tough situation for a brother or sister.
No question.
And it goes on, and it's not stopping. Whether it's alcohol or drugs or whatever it may be, it's a tough thing. And that's a tough moment for the family. It's a tough moment for any family involved in that. Speaking of hate, how about this lunatic and what he said there?
Right.
How about that? This guy's so out of control with his MAGA hatred in his heart and the mean tweets that he throws out.
You heard the quote, Jeffy. Don't act like you didn't hear it.
That
was it.
I was waiting for more.
That was the
Nope.
quote.
That's it. I thought, wow. Okay, now that is an awesome response.
Yes, it is.
And presidential, frankly.
Yes.
And empathetic. Biden wouldn't say that about Donald Trump.
No
Listen to
way.
the way he talks about Trump.
No
My
way.
gosh.
And never.
He handled that really sensitively, I think. That was a great response. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
No kidding.
I agree.
All right, 888-900-3393. Use that number on Monday.
Is there cake coming up?
I guess there's
overtime?
cake coming up on
birthday
overtime.
celebration.
I'm very psyched.
Okay.
Birthday celebration.
Okay. We'll get to that, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.